There is a school of thought that says experience is the best teacher. And there is a second school of thought that says learning from other people's experience is the best teacher. On this video, I'm not here to argue on who's right or who's wrong, but I'm here to share how my personal experience forever shaped my mindset on the dimensions of value creation. Let's dive into it. In December of 2021, I relocated from Nigeria to the UK for my master's. And at the time, as an international student, you had the right to work for 20 hours. So I had to leverage the opportunity, of course, to get more funds to sustain me while I was here. I was lucky to get an agency that was willing to pay me £18 per hour for the job that I did for them. This was really high compared to the minimum wage of the UK at the time. And then I worked for this company for a whole year. Something happened in January of 2023. This company I've been working with, the owner reached out to me and said, Michael, I want you to consult for my brother's son who is having an interview. I just want you to tell him about the things that you do, how the clinical environment works, how everything happens and all of that. I was like, well, I don't mind. And I was willing to do it free actually, because I felt, okay, well, for the past year, you've been so kind to allow me work with the agency for that long. I didn't tell him I was willing to do it free, by the way. But he said, well, I'll pay you £100 for the 1 hour consultation. And I was like, he said what? In my mind, of course. £100. I began to ask myself, wait, I've been working for this guy for over a year, but he never offered £80. Why £100? And then as I began to meditate, I realized then that the level of value he was requesting for was higher than the level of value I've been creating for him for the past year. And then it dawned on me right there and there that there are dimensions to value creation. And after meditating about it for quite a while at the time, I came to the conclusion that there are 3 dimensions of value creation. And that is the value you create with your physical energy, the value you create with your soul energy, and the value you create with your spiritual energy. That was the best way I could capture it at the time. I didn't know what this meant in practical terms. Say, I want to communicate this to you. What would that be? What is physical energy? What is soul energy? What is spiritual energy? But thankfully, I'm one who is committed to learning. And then I stumbled upon the reality this year that there are 4 levels of value creation. And it aligns with these 3 dimensions of value creation, right? It's just that this one is more practical because it converts those abstractions into real, relatable terms. And the first level of value creation, which is in the physical energy realm, is your might, where you use your physical energy to create value, like you work, laborers, all of those things that we know, people who build, like the actual bricklayers and all of that, right? The painful thing is, at this level of value, you expend the most physical energy, but funnily, you get the lowest pay. And it seems unfair, right? It does, but then it's what it is. People don't pay so much for physical value, right? They don't pay that much. Yeah, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is so that you know the levels of value creation, and then you know where you are at the moment and how you can get out of the plane that you are on. The next level of value creation, which falls under the soul energy realm, is management. And this, in practical terms, are the individuals that manages those who use their might to create value. At this level of value creation, the pay is better, right? And of course, you have some element of autonomy and all of that. But then it's a good level, it's not the best level. Next level of value creation. At this point, we are now in the spiritual dimension of value creation, right? And this third level is the level of your mouth. Don't forget that according to the Bible, God created the world with his words, right? And then the wisest man that ever lived in the Bible, Solomon, said in the book of Proverbs that there is life and death in the power of your tongue, right? So the next level of value creation is the mouth. And to confirm this, check the people who communicate, either through music, through spoken words and all of that. They are amongst the highest paid individuals on earth, right? I personally know a communicator who earns $1 million per keynote speech. That's crazy, right? The volume of reward you get for being a value creator with communication is so profound that it's mind-blowing, right? And this is where it begins to make sense. See all of the influencers on social media, right? They are all communicators. YouTube channels, they are all communicators. They are using their mouth to communicate ideas, concepts, and all of that, and then people buy into their idea, and of course the rest is history. They earn at a very high level. Even though communication is good, it's not the last level. The last level of value creation is your mind. It's your mind. And this is so powerful. What you use to create value is your mind, your imagination, right? Just think about it. How somebody will sit down and say, okay, well, I've toured the whole earth. Now let's go to Mars, right? It's just using your mind to create that reality, and then people begin to want to buy into that idea, right? And this is where all the big boys of the world, the big guys of the world like myself, right? This is where we tend to create value, in the sense that we use our mind to create solutions. See Tesla, for instance, see Amazon, see all of the big ideas, Facebook, all of that. Those were seeds or fruits of the mind, right? When you engage your mind to create value, you leave the other planes of value creation and you become at the highest plane. YouTube, for instance, YouTube provides the platform for communicators, right? So the mind is your greatest asset for value creation. And that's why personally I am an advocate for personal transformation, because when you build your mind, you will be able to create value at the highest level. As a recap, what are the dimensions of value creation? Value created with physical energy, value created with soul energy, and value created with spiritual energy. Now, what are the levels of value creation? Your might, your management, your mouth, and your mind. I hope this video has been a blessing. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and feel free to share this video, like the video, and post a comment. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching.